The final word.
About time.
Let's get it, fellas. Enough of that bye week stuff.
Big game James.
The final word.
Cowboys sports.
The final word.
The OC.
Man. Another freestyle.
I love that beat though.
The final word.
Oh yeah, man.
The final word.
The final word.
The final
word.
The final word.
You know, the people been waiting. I've been getting
The
a lot of
final
people been
word.
asking about the
The
final
final
word. I was
word.
like, man, can we take a break?
The final word.
Yeah.
All days off.
I know, right? My boy James had a birthday.
Oh
He was
my
like,
God.
hey,
Good
Yeah.
birthday win. You know.
yeah, man. It was like, we go take a chill.
Oh, I needed that birthday weekend. That was lovely. Getting to beat the
The
Patriots
final
too.
word.
Ain't nothing better than that, dog. We slayed the dragon.
Ooh, you kicked it. I know you did.
Slayed the dragon. Slayed the dragon.
I know.
I got fucked. Ooh, I can't
no,
say
go
that.
talk that talk.
Nope.
I want me some glory hole.
Jerry
I know
Ray.
what you did on your birthday.
The final word.
Hey, man. I said this.
Boo-Thang's birthday is Sunday, so we got to get that dub. Because all my little girl's birthday was the same time as mine. My son's birthday was on the 13th. And now Boo-Thang's birthday's on Halloween.
The
So I
final
definitely got to get a
word.
dub on Boo-Thang's birthday.
Yeah, let's get these dubs.
The final word.
Hey, birthday Boo-Thang. We're going to kick it on
Boo-Thang, baby.
Halloween. And we're going to get that dub. We're going to get another dub. Another dub.
I ain't even lie. We need you and Boo-Thang to have a birthday every weekend if y'all bringing in that luck like that, homeboy.
You feel me? Hey, that's why I'm starting it now. I'm starting it now.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Starting it now.
The final word.
Hard. The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy.
What up, Tate Smooth? You banging that
final
Michael Parsons
word.
jersey? Yeah, you better.
Oh, yeah. Man. Go through these
The
Minnesota
final
Bowls.
word.
Oh, Minnesota. Man, get out of here, man. I don't care about no Minnesota.
The final word.
Here we go.
The final word.
Mm.
You got people coming on in. Appreciate each and every last one of them.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final
The final word.
word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final,
Final word.
All right, man. It's showtime. Let's get it. Enough of that. Let's
Go.
go. All right, man. Bye week is over. Rest time is over. It's showtime, fellas. We have not talked. We've taken a full break. I've taken a break from everybody, too.
Me too. Me too.
I didn't take
Me
a
too.
break at all, y'all.
I know you did, Law. You fed the nation. Law don't sleep. I'm like, say, nah, bro. I'm a crash.
Nah. No, I didn't take no break like that now. I still on the grind, but took a break from y'all ugly guys.
I know.
Yeah.
It was a break from the final word.
Yeah,
So-
break from y'all ugly dudes.
I know, man. But say, what's up? What's up? What we getting ready to do on Minnesota, man? Who want to go first?
Well, let the
Oh,
ugly go
man.
first. Me.
Go ahead.
Let me go first, man. I doubt y'all hear this, Gala Monsters. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to be so ugly because I still can't stand the Minnesota Vikings. You guys remember that playoff game with Doug Free?
yeah.
You know, I always go back to that playoff game. And it was sacks coming from the left, sacks coming from the right. Sidney Rice looking like the second coming of Jerry Rice. You see what I'm saying? Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Was it Gerald Sensabaugh, Big Game James? Couldn't turn his head around
it was
for the
all
ball.
kind of people that game.
Oh, my God. I know I took y'all way
It was
back.
that daggone, that Jared Allen. That's all I remember. Jared Allen
God.
killing us.
So I always want revenge. And on the inverse, for those who like on the Viking side, they let us know all the time. Drew Pearson, he pushed off. It was PI. So I get it. I can't wait to see them this weekend.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm ready to meet these Vikings because I think it's going to be a good test for the Dallas team as a whole. Defense is, kind of a middle of the pack kind of a defense. The Kirk Cousins is playing really good this year. I think 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They got Dalvin Cook. I think he's going to be back. He's caused Dallas problems, and, Dallas has to stay gap discipline. They got a good formidable receiving core in Jefferson and Thielen. So, they got Everson Griffith. I think you posted it, Law, where Everson Griffith said he can't wait. And I think he's going to be excited because of, how he is. He's a little crazy. So he's definitely going to be, he's going to be going nuts because of what happened last year. He's got 4 sacks on the season. So it's going to be a good test for Dallas. And I think it's a test that they need because they're going to Minnesota. So it's exciting. And Dak still has a little calf injury. So, got some stuff going on, but I think this is another victory. Another game like last week with the Patriots. If Dallas can go there and beat this is another test to say, okay, this team could be for real.
Well, let's just to echo what you just said, Big Game James. The Vikings are, quote unquote, the 4th overall in defense and 5th in collective total yards and passing, or 5th in total offense. So is this going to be a cakewalk? I don't think so. But this should be a game that the Cowboys can figure out what they're trying to do and eventually be just like those rest of the games. I'll say around 3rd and 4th quarter, that's when we mash the gas and pull off.
Yeah. This definitely going to be a test because this is one of the last running teams left on our schedule, right?
Right.
And so with Urban out, in the offseason, I was figuring Urban was going to be one of the keys to our season to help our linebackers. But Urban has been pretty invisible, right? So I think our run game is getting ready to get majorly tested because they are committed to the run. Mm-hmm. So, and also our secondary getting ready to get tested, because I know a lot of people, we've crowned Anthony Brown already. We fully have crowned Diggs, I think deservingly so. But this is the time the boys getting ready to get tested, bro. Come on now. Let's be all the way real. The boys getting ready to get tested.
Yeah,
they're definitely about to get tested.
Yeah, they're about to get tested. But this is the thing. I look at it like this. With Kirk Cousins, if you hit them quick, I don't think that he have the ability to make a comeback. They rely heavily on the run. Like you said, it's the last running team, so the play action is what they do. Right. So if we can shut down the run and force them to be one-dimensional, and when we get the ball, we score, it put them on their heels. A lot of teams say, well, we're going to run on the Cowboys. We want to run on the Cowboys. But what make it difficult to run on the Cowboys is not just our defense, dare I say. It's our offense. It's our offense, the ability for us to score. and we pushing the ball. We average 460 yards, like my granddaddy used to say, 460 yards a game. So that's a lot of yards, and on top of that, that's a lot of pressure for the opposing team. So all we got to do is do what we do best. And I know that that's an old saying from the old administration, but I come here to tell you that Big Game James, his game changer in CD Lamb, if he rack up another, 100-yarders games, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be trouble. So Big Game James, what kind of matchup do you think that's going to be on CD Lamb? Will it be Cam or will it be Breland? Who's going to guard CD?
I mean, either way, I'd rather, if you're asking me right now, I'd rather Brashard Breeland go ahead and guard him, because Brashard Breeland been playing bad. I mean, he's got 113 passer rating against him. His teams are completing 63% of their passes against him. He's given up 4 touchdowns. He's missed 7 tackles. And I think Dallas, he was with Washington. Dallas used to get at him. So I think he's a guy that you definitely want to attack. Patrick Peterson is out. Dantzler is a young guy. I liked him last year because he had fit the mold with the long, wiry 6'2", long arms, those type of things. And he hasn't played bad this year. I think he's got the best rating on the team as far as defensively, only completing 40% of the passes against him, 56% rating against him. So he's played well, but you're going against a game changer in CD Lamb, and you still got Amari Cooper, the silent assassin. So I think they mix and match those guys. But I think this is another game where you can really attack their middle and their linebackers with the Dalton Schultzes and the Blake Jarwins, and also hit Tony Pollard and them flats in that out of that backfield, because it seems like when they played the Browns, they were doing a lot of screens, a lot of dump offs, and they were having a lot of success in that. So I like to see a lot of that in that game against these Vikings.
No doubt.
Well, so what would you say is going to be one of the keys to the game then, Law? Because obviously you was talking about CD Lamb. Is CD Lamb, would you consider the guy that you think is going to turn the corner and really get us over the edge with Minnesota?
Well, I look at it like this. Teams are foolish enough to say, okay, all right. They like to stop the Cowboys' run. And Zimmer, he said that's what they were planning on doing. They're trying to stop the run from his press conference. So if they give us the single high safety look, I'm looking at it like that high safety. If they play man one or man free, that high safety is going to roll on to Amari Cooper's side. That just naturally. And I'm quite sure that Lamb will be lined up one-on-one, whether if it's Breland, we just licking our fingers talking about, yeah, this food is good. Now, if it's somehow to be like what Big Game James said, Cam Dantzler, it could be a little troubling for a few series, but overall, I believe CD Lamb will win that matchup. But I look at this team, they're going to do some of that cover one, but also they're going to play the primarily giving you the underneath, and they're going to try to take away the deep ball from Dak Prescott.
Man, I want us to go after this dude. Am I being petty? Oh, my God. We just got the OC hit the building. I don't know how that happened, but he is in the building.
21 solos, a forced fumble, and an interception. That's not the Xavier Woods we normally see, right?
Man, I don't believe in that Xavier Woods. I just want to see us attack this dude, man. Come on now. Come on, Law.
Hey, now, if anything, you run toward him, yeah. You know he's going to...
You go right at him, man. Come on now. Just looking at him making me mad. Just looking at him, man.
Coverage, though.
You say what?
He's having a career year in coverage, though.
Oh, so what are you saying?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that you still can attack him. I mean, we know who Xavier Woods is, but we also do know that Xavier Woods was. I mean, we were like he was one of our playmakers because he was getting more interceptions than everybody else. He's got 1 interception on the year. I'm not saying he's anybody or anything like that. Like you can't attack him. I'm just saying he's having a career year, and a lot of players, not a lot, but we've seen players leave Dallas and they have better seasons, especially on the defensive end, except maybe Jaden Smith. And no hate, but I'm just saying. I think the main thing, in my opinion, though, I think when we're talking about their secondary, I think we need to attack them on the ground. They're one of the worst teams in the league in the running game. They got some good additions. Dalvin Tomlinson, we wanted him. I mean, I wanted him, but he hasn't been impactful and effective. Teams are averaging 4.8 yards a carry against him. That's 29th in the league. You get what I'm saying? They're giving up 127 yards on the ground. So that, to me, is somewhere where you can attack. And if you watch a lot of their games, teams attack them in the middle. Seattle did it. They had a lot of success. The Browns did it. Dallas has the second leading rushing team in the league behind the Browns. And the Browns killed them with Hunt and Chubb up the middle. Play fakes, play action. They kept gashing up the middle. And we seen what Tony Pollard and Zeke is doing. Especially Tony Pollard. I want to bring this up. He has 366 yards, y'all.
Yeah.
Rushing. 208 of those yards are before contact. He's averaging 3.4 yards before contact. That's huge. So that's saying he's getting the ball to that line of scrimmage quickly. And we've seen how the Dallas Cowboys have done when they can run the ball good. 39 rushing attempts against the Eagles, 31 rushing attempts against the Chargers, and that makes us more balanced. And when we can really run the ball, it sets it up for the play action for the Dalton Schultzes and the Amari Coopers and the deep pass with the CD Lamb. So let's run that ball on these guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man, we got the OC in the building, man. Give me 1 second to get him all the way in the show. But yeah, give me 1 second, and then I'm going to ask my boss some questions real quick. Let me see. Boom. All right, there it is. All right, man. So listen, my boss say we flying the plane while it's in the air. OC, let's do a sound test. Let's make sure you're good.
Yeah, check.
There it is. We got him. OC is in the building. So what's your thoughts real quick? We've been talking about Minnesota. We haven't ventured off too much. What's your thoughts on us getting past Minnesota?
Line up the ball in two tights. Let's run it down their throat, play action pass. And we got this all day long. Easy work. You know what I mean? As long as we attack them right. They're weak on the interior. They're questionable in the secondary. I don't think that they're playing overall that great in the secondary, and because we have a fantastic running game, they're going to have to commit 8, maybe 9 box, and that's going to force one-on-one matchups up the seam and also to the wide side of the field. If you attack these boys in the run game on first and second downs, run the screen game, run offense, do whatever you want, man, and pound these boys. But I think that the key to really soften this defense is attacking them in the run game on first down.
My boy Keystone on the building, man. I want to get y'all comments on this. My boy said beat them at their own game. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I feel that, Keystone. So basically what you said, Keystone, is, lead off running the ball on these balls. Am I hearing you right? Yes, indeed. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think we need to stick with that formula. So, obviously, and I want to kind of get to this real quick. What y'all think getting ready to happen with Leah Collins?
Oh, well,
because they mighty quiet. They've been very indecisive. They've been very indecisive because they keep saying
how they been indecisive.
Okay,
I think they put it all on Joe Philbin. You know, they put it all on Joe
and
Philbin.
Mike McCarthy, but Mike McCarthy also been very hush mouth on this.
Right. Put it like this.
And they saying stuff that you normally don't hear.
He's going to be the starting right tackle. He's going to be the starting right tackle, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he is the starting right tackle, but when we say indecisive, it's kind of like if LeBron James was out and they asking, hey, will LeBron James play since he's back? Nobody's gonna be like, no.
He's been hurt. Well, let's see.
It don't matter. We're gonna be like, look, LeBron James, what you thinking? What you even thinking? You know, it's gonna be LeBron
exactly.
James. All of this jump rope, double Dutch, whatever that is, you know, they need to just go out and say, hey, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Lyle Collins. It's Lyle
They
Collins.
double talking.
They double talking. But I get what you're saying, Big Game James. I get what you're saying. Like,
And I don't think you can quite say it's go happen because it's obviously an internal debate. Like we can't act like it's not at this point.
yeah.
Because when they talk about Gallup, they don't talk about he's been out, 5 games, so we got to see what the receiver coach is going to do. I ain't never heard nothing like that. 5 games. Stop. So it's like I'm not over here thinking that it's just like our fans think it's just set in stone. I think they fighting it out. But I think it's also, to a degree, I think they're trying to keep Liel humble. I think that's what's also going on because he did come in out of shape before. And when he came in out of shape, that opened up the door for Steele. And Jerry said himself that Steele was the most consistent guy in training camp. That was his direct quote. So that opened up the door. So if they we not gonna just give this to you. We want to smell you. We want to look at you. We want to inspect you.
Old folks,
Yeah,
right
guys.
now.
So
Go ahead.
listen, man. I mean, here's the deal. A lot of people say Leo's going right back to right. Listen, the over under on that is pretty good, but I'm gonna tell you, Tristan Hill has played, really done well for himself. And also, he's the guy that truly established himself as a starting quality right tackle. So when you look at that and you look at Jerry Jones' comment that he said, I envision having both of them on the field at the same time. And then when Stephen Jones is asked directly on the fan, hey, so Leo Collins is going right back, he's starting right tackle, right? He said, well, we got to work him in. Coach Philman, that's up to them, and Mike McCarthy, and we'll kind of see how it goes. So if it was a surefire deal, we would not have any vacillation. We would not leave it up to debate, nor would the front office leave it up to debate. So I've had many Twitter wars regarding this, where people running their mouth who hadn't played football past high school, trying to tell the OC what's going on with offensive line play. That's cool. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I will tell you this. I don't care what media outlet person says. I don't care what we say on the final word. You cannot go beyond the executive front office words, all right? And the front office is undecisive, and they said it's up to the coaches, it's up to the coaches. If the owner himself, Jerry Jones, said that, hey, I envision a time where both of them will be on the field, guess what? Then you should take that seriously beyond what anybody says. And that's what I think about that.
Yeah. See, but the good thing is the reports are, and I knew he was going to do this, he in shape. I knew it. I said that competition is going to make all these boys that been sitting out come back ready. You know what I mean? So I'm actually expecting him to start because of how he came back. They said he came back and they wanted to smell him. I think they was for real about that. I think they was very for real. I think we wanted to just hand him his job, but no way should you just hand him his job with his current track record. Because we like to do that. We like to do that, big, loud OC. We like to do that. We like to act like 2019 was his only season. Yeah. We just ignored that he came in out of shape and then got injured with that hip, also had hip surgery. Oh, we leave all of that out. Like there's not a reason to doubt. And then on top of that, you got suspended 5 games. And then another guy that's behind you have been playing well. It was reasons for them to take their time on this. And it wasn't as cut and dry as what we say, for sure.
Yeah, but the over-under, guys, and just to sum up my comments, so I don't get any more ridiculous Twitter messages. I think Leal will come back, find and start a right tackle. If he happens to play bad, we're going to have a conversation about this. But if Leal comes back in the right tackle position, he takes care of his business. Then the over-under is that Terrence Steele did his job. He did great, and he's going to end up being your swing tackle. If Leo Collins struggles, if Leo Collins gets injured, anything like that, then this conversation is going to get a lot more spicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to
If-
say
if-
this. I want to say this once again. I know y'all, OC, you the OC, you the old lineman, so I ain't going against you. But once again, Leo Collins didn't play bad in his first start when he came back against them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I know Terrence Steele played good, and I love the way he played, for real. But let's let him be the swing tackle right now. We got Tyron Smith still with the neck injury. I don't want to see Ty Nashevsky, okay? I don't want to see Ty Nashevsky as left tackle. And I know Terrence Steele probably may be better at the right than the left, it looks like to me. But let's keep him at the swing. I'm sure you just mentioned it, boss, that Leo Collins is chomping at the bit. He's probably because he's seen Terrence Steele turning all the way up. So he like, I got to get back on that field because, you know, guys, you already know if you get injured and a guy plays really good in your spot, you may not get your spot back. But I think he's going to get the grace over than somebody who was a late draft pick because in their eyes, they're still thinking he was a high draft pick. So he's going to still get that kind of a cushion to get back in there. So let's get him back at right tackle. He's excited. He says he's chomping at the bit. That maybe we get the best Liel right now. That's what I want. And if we can get that and keep Terrence Steele right there just in case anything happens, I like that. Let's keep Terrence at that swing right now. Let Liel go crazy at that right tackle because he's mad because everybody's talking about Steele right now.
Yeah.
Some of the best coaches out there are the coaches that never say, man, you did a great job. Well done. You know, some of those coaches that really put that feet to the fire. And I believe that is what Joe is doing. He's putting the feet to the fire. And they are leaving that on Joe Philbin to make that decision. And it will be his decision. Because from what I heard from Jerry Jones this morning was, hey, if anybody we need to give praises to should be Joe Philbin. Not Will McClay, not nobody else, because he fighting for Terrence Steele to be out there. And this is another thing, too. A person wants somebody to be assertive. Somebody want to be official with their words. Old folks write. Y'all write this down. You can't be a little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you're not. So, Liel Collins, he can't be a little bit the right tackle. Either he's the right tackle or not. That is going to have to ultimately be Joe Philbin's decision to say, okay, this is my right tackle. Because you can rotate on the defensive side, right? OC, boss, Big Game James, but you don't rotate on that front five. It's one unit. Case in point, what the Kansas City Chiefs did all offseason. They said, oh, we got our butt whooped, right? On the front five. So they went out there and spent valuable resources. And I know one thing. The OC can contest to this. The offensive line is the only unit that all five of these guys got to be on the same page. Not thinking about it. It don't care who you go get.
Got to be.
All of these guys got to be on the same page. This is not like the defense. This is not like the running back committee. This is not like the linebacking core. This is the only unit. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are looking at this thing like, whoa, what's going on? We went and got you some offensive front. And you mean to tell me that confidence is gone? One of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen without Neutralized, out of Pat Mahomes, second guessing, third guessing, playing like poo-poo, playing like what we see on the bottom of our feet. So they don't want that to happen with this particular offensive line. I'm quite sure it will not happen. But they got to make sure either you're pregnant or you're not. You can't be a little bit. And Liel Collins, either he's the right tackle or not. They got to make sure that they finite that and keep this continuity going.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Go Skrill, drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
Right on, Law. Because obviously I got a little bit
It's a
to say
big
about
thing
it.
for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. And I do not.
So when I'm looking at this Kool-Aid that the Dallas Cowboys are serving, man, listen, I think Joe Philbin is doing a great job.
Facts.
I'm very impressed with him because I think he's looking at the full picture. I don't think he's living off of 2019. I think he's been very measured in his approach. And him doing it the way that he's doing it, to me, is going to bring out the best in Liel, and wherever he ends up. But see, this is one thing that we got to also know. There have been conversations about Liel going into guard. That's why Jerry said what he said. So, like, people want to try to get away from that and try to act like that wasn't a conversation. But Jerry did say publicly that he can imagine both of those guys on the field at the same time. That has to mean that there are some discussions. And I'm glad they're taking their time. I hope this goes into the very last minute. I hope they make the decision
Saturday,
almost
Game day?
Saturday, because it's. Go ahead, OC.
So, Boss Cowboy, this is
So what
like
are you gonna?
this is a good dating strategy. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of you guys have relationships. So, but before that, see, the more you chase, the more she runs.
Ooh.
But the more you push, the more she draws near. So when you push Liel, he's going to draw near. He's going to give his absolute best. He's going to be early there, late going out. But if you invite him to Law's point, great point, with open arms, right? And you say, hey, you the man. Hey, you got this. Hey, it's all good. Mm-hmm. Now, the motivation and the incentive to get up and do your makeup and go work out is not quite there. Now you just sit home and you eat bonbons, you gain weight, and you take the relationship for granted. And Jerry already notated this in a couple interviews, one directly, one indirectly. One he mentioned, the other time he alluded to the right tackle, and he said, man, Terrence Steele, first guy, hardest working guy, yada, yada, yada. What is that? That's a shot to say, hey, Big Liel, what you got, baby? We need you, and we need you to come back and show us that you worth the investment and that you're serious about being a starter for the Cowboys.
Hold on, OC. Is this what you're talking about?
One of my heroes of the game was Steele, our right tackle.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was outstanding, and I really felt that he would be in this lineup when we lost Collins, because he's been so consistent. He's really been the most consistent tackle that we've had there during training camp. And because Lyle was in and out quite a bit, and the one that I thought was the guy that could give you the most consistent would have been Steele.
Interesting. And he has.
Okay, I got a quick
more.
question though.
Hold on,
boss,
real quick, Big.
Boss.
He got 4 more comments like that. We can take our time with this, or we can move on. It's up to you guys.
I mean, boss. You mean La'el Collins doesn't play guard in how long? Isn't it? Doesn't it? I'm gonna ask you, OC. Was Zach Martin wrong when he says that you'll hurt your body when you go from guard to tackle? Does he say that hurts? Does he say that messes up your body with that kind of a switch? And Collins hasn't played guard since when?
20.
Is he going to play it this year? But is he going to play it this year?
I'm going to push majorly back on what you're saying, Big James. And this is
good, because I'm going to push back with you.
Yeah, that's cool. But this is where it comes into a real understanding of the position. So La'el Collins played guard. He was drafted in 2015 as a guard/tackle prospect. It was him and Brandon Scherf that came out as 1 and 1A, who was really on the track to be a Hall of Fame guard that's playing for the Washington Redskins. He was switched to right tackle after his rookie year. He missed, I believe, most of 2016, 17, and 18. He struggled and got his feet underneath him playing the right tackle position. When you go, I play guard and tackle, okay? Me, myself, all right? So when you go from guard to tackle, what you see the difference is that you have to be good in space, you have to have quick feet to cover up speed rushes, and your hand placement has to improve. The only major knock on La'el Collins, if you look back at his tape in 2015, was his hand placement, right? And at times his feet were not in the right position facing upper end defensive linemen, but he was a rookie. He was 21 years old, okay? Now, when he went to right tackle in 2019, his hands and his feet greatly improved.
Yep.
Going from guard to tackle makes your feet quicker, not slower. So if you go back inside, it's much easier to deal with quickness because you don't have to set a guy and let him run at you. Runs a 4-5. He's up on you in 2 steps. You put 1 foot in the ground, you get your hands right, you're ready to replace, you pop and you ride that dude out. It is an easier transition with foot quickness and hand quickness to go from tackle back to guard. It is not difficult. I've done it.
But are they going to do it?
But that's not
We
the
don't know.
point. Like,
It is the point. It is the point because you're talking about something that's probably not going to happen this year.
but that's what we supposed to do. Like, we not here. Like, hold on real quick.
Right,
We
but
not.
we
No, we not. Look, we don't do podcasting
no.
to try to be predictors of what the Cowboys are going to do.
And this ain't about a prediction, though. Collins is probably going back to right tackle, though.
I don't podcast to try to predict what they're going to do. The only thing I try to do is put out ideas that I think is best. That's it.
And the whole prediction of this, sorry to cut you off, Boss Cow, but the whole premise of this conversation, this is what people lose it, is that, hey, what is the ideal to get the best 5 linemen on the field, right? What is the ideal? That's the whole premise of the conversation. We never came out and predicted what they were going to do and what they should do. What we said
ain't no
is that
prediction.
based on the play of Leo Collins, based on the play of Terrence Steele, we should look at it and see if we can get stronger inside at that left guard position. That was the whole premise of the conversation. It was never a direct prediction promising that the Cowboys will come and do this. But what we are pointing out, the big game, James, is that the Cowboys obviously are thinking about it because it has never been a direct declaration to say yes or no. That's all I'm saying.
Obviously, they looking at it. Obviously.
So is Connor Williams, has he played bad at left guard?
Has he played bad?
Never played that big game because you put out that video, and I respect you and love you, okay? But I'm gonna tell you straight. You put out that video, and I'm gonna tell you something. Connor Williams got blocks on 3rd and 4th round draft picks. That wasn't a top flight defense. We're not talking about in-season play.
I didn't say it was.
About playing against the elite players that you're gonna see in the playoffs. We're talking about from good to great. I never said that Connor Williams is a scrub. I think that Connor Williams is a fighter. I think that Connor Williams gives everything he got, but he lacks top-end strength, right? Even when he was on those linebackers in the Patriot film, those guys.
So does Biadish.
They slid off.
So does Biadish.
I'm sorry.
So does Biadish. So don't you think we should be looking at that? Because Biadish has a problem with power too.
Biadish is a rookie. He's not a 4-year veteran.
Biadish is a second-year player. He's not a rookie.
But he didn't play all last year, big game. This is his first full season. This is his first full season.
But he's still getting worked with that power in the middle.
This.
He's still getting worked in the middle. So shouldn't we look at somebody at the center too? Because he's getting worked with power. Is he not? He's struggling this year. Has he not?
What's the solution then for center? What's the solution? I want to hear it.
I don't know. OC play offensive line. You tell me. Would it be McGovern?
Hold on. See,
is that something that should be looked at too? Because we're talking about.
Yeah, but if we looking at it, because we did. I know I looked at it, and this is the thing. If you looking at it, you saying, okay, can McGovern do it? And when do you test it? You see what I'm saying? See, at least with Liel to guard, you've seen it. And you know he's improved. So the major knock on Liel when he was a rookie was his hands placement. That was the major knock on him. That's improved. So if you move him back, so does the improvement of his hands, which we've all seen, okay? But when you talking about Tyler versus McGovern, you never really saw it. None of us really saw it, even in training camp, which is an issue with the Dallas Cowboys, and to me, how they manage this whole situation. So this is the thing, because I'm doing a video tomorrow on this. I already got everything queued up. Like, this is, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it just a little bit. But a lot of people don't know that it's other teams outside the Dallas Cowboys that actually cross-train. Like, it's not a lot, but if you got the right guys with the right skills, you can do it. But the only people that think you can't is our fans. Here we go.
All the parts of it, they have to be there in order to be ready to play on Sunday. So I take a lot of pride in it, and I look forward to the challenge of that, of, maybe a lot of weeks you don't know where you might end up playing on Sunday, and just going in and doing the best you can.
How much work preparation are you able to get in at each position to prepare properly?
Yeah, you get as many as you can. We've only got so many reps every single day in practice.
So he's actually talking about the cross training that they do to be ready to play guard or tackle. We just got to look outside of the Cowboys.
But understanding how many reps you have and how you divide those reps, and where you feel like, if you don't feel as comfortable at a certain position, making sure that you get those reps. And our coaches do a great job of understanding that as well, and making everyone feel like, if you don't feel as comfortable at a certain position, making sure that you get those reps. And our coaches do a great job of understanding that as well, and making everyone aware of the game plan and the substitutions. And really it comes down to, you got to put yourself in the spot. You got to make sure you get those reps. So on Sunday, whatever spot you might end up in, you're going to be comfortable
wherever
there.
spot.
Hey.
Yeah, definitely. That was a big transition. And early in my career, it's actually my rookie year, I learned the hard way what that's like, not preparing enough at a certain position, and then going in on Sunday and, feeling like, oh man, I don't feel good at this, or, this isn't what I'm used to. So I learned the hard way. But after that, everyone gets baptized by fire at some point, and that was it.
Now keep in mind, he's talking about playing multiple positions, not just him and Ryan.
Hey, you got breaking news though.
I just seen this.
Yeah.
I just seen it. I just looked at it.
You just
looked at it. Nick Eatman just sent a tweet 4 minutes ago. He said depth charts are always subject to change, but here's what the Cowboys listed today: their offense. Interesting, our offensive line. Terrence Steele was the starter, and Leo Collins was the backup.
Yeah.
So
and then also on that depth
hold on,
chart,
Big. Hold on. No, Big. You got yours apology because you was out there saying it ain't gonna happen.
What do I gotta apologize?
Because you said it ain't gonna happen. Now you ain't gonna apologize. You said on the show earlier that it wasn't gonna happen. We've been saying that it's a possibility of this. We've been showing the tea leaves that this was coming.
It still has not happened yet.
But to even show it's a possibility.
Right.
That's all we've been saying.
But you got to look at the depth chart too, boss Cowboy. They got him listed under left guard too.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna just be cool, cause see, a lot of people been trolling. It been a whole lot of trolls on this. OC Law, man, bro. Listen, man, we gotta wait. No, I ain't waiting on nothing, because you know why? Because we've been on the right side of this and doing this right, showing the tea leaves on this, showing all this was potentially coming. No, it's not final, but at the same time, it been a whole lot of people that been saying bullshit like this is maddening and all this kind of stuff. It ain't gonna happen and all this kind of stuff, and they've been treating us like we just been talking. So if I get a chance to slap cats that been slapping on us, I'm getting ready to slap you, because we've been way ahead of this.
Who you slapping? You ain't slapping me.
I ain't talking about you, because I know you got hands. But I will put something on you, Big. You better go on.
I'll put something back on you, though. I'll put something right back on you.
Yeah, and we gonna keep going at it. Bang, bang, bang. You got me messed up, footwork. I'm D-Town.
Hey, I don't care what you is, dog. I don't care what you is.
So, man, put your chest back in, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, don't be hot because we was right. Man, matter of fact, smile, man. Hold on real quick, man. You over here want to box your boy all on social media. My boy want to box his homeboy all over debate. You can't beat like that, James.
Nope, I'm not boxing nobody. I could take a L, but it still hasn't happened. But I will give y'all props I will give you props.
No, we deserve props right now.
I'm giving you props, OC and Boss, that y'all said he could play guard this year.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem saying it. There you go.
Yeah, that's why you my dog. That's why you my dog. Now listen. Hold on. OC, Law, hold on. I got something. Guess what, Big? You was right too. Watch this.
I don't like them moving around. I'm the first. I don't like that stuff, but I feel like I like him better at guard. I didn't want him to go to tackle. I thought he should have stayed at guard before, but I understood why it happened. Because
Who is that? Who should have stayed at guard?
I liked him at guard from the very beginning. I thought he could.
You was right though, but you was right. You was right.
Listen, I'm not running away from that. First of all, I'm not running away from that because at that time it was dumb for them to make the switch, and at that time, let's keep it real.
I agree.
Listen, when let's keep it real. This is what really happened.
Let's keep it real.
When they took La'el Collins out of the draft, they got him because they felt they weren't going to sign Ronald Leary because Ronald Leary was going to get a lot of money because he played his ass off at left guard. And so that's why they got La'el Collins. So they said, when you outprice us, Ronald Leary, we're going to slide La'el Collins right at guard, and he's cheap because he wasn't drafted. That's what they were doing. And I like that. He was great at guard. The thing that pushed him out there was when Doug Free retired. If Doug Free would have never retired, they probably would have kept La'el Collins at guard, and they would have drafted another tackle after that. But when Doug Free immediately retired, they felt like, let's throw La'el Collins at tackle because we want to keep our best players on the field. So I think that's what happened. And then Terrence Steele has stepped up, but just my opinion, I just feel like he's still more of a swing tackle at this point because he hasn't had a long history of playing great. It's been 5 games, so I maybe want to see more. And I still think Tyron Smith with that neck injury, that's the reason why I'm looking at it this year. You feel me? Yeah. Maybe you can do something next year with it, but this year, because Tyron Smith, I don't want to see Ty Nashesky playing left tackle. I don't want to see him there. So I still would like to see Terrence Steele be the swing this year, and if they want to make it next year, then go ahead and do it. That's just my opinion.
No, I'm with you.
Carpet diem just today. The Cowboys are rolling. The Cowboys have the chance to take the NFC. And so I think that the Cowboys are doing the exact right thing, that they are rolling with the hot hand. There's no reason, if this sticks, right, throughout this Sunday, which I think it will, because they want to put some things to rest or they wouldn't have leaked this right? They want La'el Collins to fight and claw, right? If Connor Williams plays bad, and not that he's played bad, big game, all right? Because I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying, but I'm saying that he plays with heart, but it's a better option and a better power player at the point of attack that you have in La'el Collins. And I've said that from jump. 80% of the rush yards has came behind Terrence Steele. Why would you touch that? We talked about that, the last final word. So here's the crux of it, man. It's competition every day, all day. We talk about it on Boss Cowboy Sports. Competition Tuesdays, right? And it's the best man is go win. The players with the hot hand, they go get the rest. And that's how it should be in a healthy organization that's trying to win Super Bowls. That's how it should be.
When you got the coach in your corner, you got the coach Joe Philbin, man.
Like I said,
is in his corner. So that's why Terrence Steele is getting those extra looks and everything else. And it's just going to be one of those things where it's La'el Collins. He gotta have a smooth attendance this week. He gotta make sure he hit everything.
Boy, say smooth attendance.
Yeah, because everybody know. Hey, that's just how it is. Just what Jerry Jones said. Hey, it's up to Joe and Kellen Moore, but it was really up to Joe. Kellen Moore don't know about that offensive line. It's Joe.
Hey, y'all check this out, man. I got something for y'all.
What you got, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and reveal, because I wasn't gonna do this till tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show today, bro. I mean, they just broke it, bro. So I gotta talk.
A lot of things can change by Wednesday and Thursday, but I feel you though. Go ahead.
Still, it's gonna be relevant because at least we get to have the conversation. That's all I want to do. I just want to have a conversation, and this is all about ball. This is not about I was right. This is just ball. This is about what we think is best. Y'all give me 1 second to set it up. I got to set it up. I got to set up now. So y'all check this out. Okay. So the best 5 offensive linemen. All right. I'm going to and I call this smoke in the big D. Now, why did I call it smoke? Can anybody take a guess?
Smoke, there's fire, I guess.
Yes, it's been a lot of smoke about this. Now, listen, I'm telling y'all, it's some also bad motives going on. It's some bad motives. Some people are debating this sincerely, where they don't agree. There's a lot of people that's debating this because they just want to be right, and this is about a brand. And they've been ignoring the smoke that we've been warning about. Clear smoke. Like Jerry talked about steel for the last 5 weeks, every interview, and we showed it every time. But people said, it's Madden, boss, or you just talking, you're crazy. One guy said, hard pass. I'm like, that's too much.
One guy said that Jerry didn't mean it. Wait a second. One guy even did.
Jerry didn't mean it.
He said Jerry didn't mean it.
Jerry didn't mean it. Wait a minute. All right, hold on. Back to the business real quick. Because, see, this is crazy what's going on. Because guess what else I put in here, bro? That the Cowboys house is divided. Or it's a Cowboy house divide. It is. So, team best 5, Okoye, Law, because I saw Law do content on best 5.
Yeah, best 5.
Me, of course. Wes and the OC. I didn't put you in here, James, because I didn't know where you stand. Now I know where you stand.
I told you what my best
now
5
I know.
was.
Now I know.
2 weeks ago, I told you the best 5.
I thought
2
you were
weeks
still
ago,
deciding, bro. I didn't know. Okay.
No, didn't. I told you who the best 5 was, but I wasn't gonna. I also said it wasn't gonna happen this year, because next year you got Connor Williams who's gonna be a free agent, right? Connor Williams is gonna be a free agent, right? So then, if you wanted to go to the left guard, then with Connor Williams, if he leaves, then you could look at Leo Collins and throw him at left guard. And then you see they got Connor McGovern at the depth chart behind Tyler Biadasz. That's something that they could probably look at over the summer, because McGovern probably hasn't had a lot of work at the center position this year. So in the offseason, you could see them competing because they want Connor McGovern to play. They want Connor McGovern to get on the field. So next year, I could see them having the competition. And if Connor Williams leaves, then you could slide a Leo Collins to left guard with Terrence still playing good at right tackle. And then you got Josh Ball, who was your draft pick last year, and he could be your swing tackle because that's what you drafted him for, to be a swing tackle, right?
Yep.
No, you're right.
Yep.
See,
Agreed, James.
let me go back to this presentation, though, because it's kind of funny.
Brought out a PowerPoint slide. Go ahead.
Straight up, bro. I'm dead serious. But listen, this is from conversations. I talked to Okoye for about an hour on this. I talked to West Coast for about 30 minutes on this. I know where the OC stand on this. I know where you stand from your content, Law. So I didn't even have to talk to you. I knew it from your content that you was a team best 5, right?
Yep.
And so I want to put out what we believes Leah is an upgrade to Connor. That's what we all got in common. We also believe it strengthens the running game and stops the risk of the bull rush, which is happening with Connor Williams. Okay. And it's not a lot, but it happens, right? And then we said protect Dak better if trained properly. That's why this guy and what he's talking about is so important, which I'm going to get into tomorrow. I'm not going to get into today. Because the Saints got a way of cross-training and preparing their guys. Being honest, it's not in our building yet. So even to move Lee L to left guard could work out bad if not done right. So I just want to kind of show a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about. The team best 5, the guys that's against it. But it's a good debate. This is not easy. Like, I still got major respect for Big and everybody that think different, because this was never easy. This was never going to be easy to say. This is almost, that's why we said 5 weeks ago, could this be Romo versus Dak again? That was never easy. And our fan base is still divided over the decision to start the young Dak.
I just used the analogy.
Can I jump?
Go ahead.
Can I jump in and y'all can say or whatever? Just to say this, boss, though. I don't think a lot of people are going to hate on what you're saying about Leo Collins, the guard. It's just the fact of moving it in the middle of the season. I think that's where a lot of people are coming at. Like, We're winning. It's 5-1.
Right.
Connor Williams, and I feel what y'all saying.
That's real,
I
bro.
made that video against the Patriots, and not once did I say that Connor Williams didn't have trouble with power, because we know he does.
Yes, sir.
But what I was saying was that, is he getting demolished every single play the way everybody's talking about? Like, oh, Connor Williams just trash. No, he's not.
No.
He's not getting killed. He's not getting killed every
He's
play.
playing
like
good.
He's playing good. But as we said, if we're talking about probably the better player at that position, yes, but I don't know if they're going to do that this year with the way they're winning. I feel like Connor Williams would just have to play absolutely bad for them to say, Connor Williams, you got to come out the lineup. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I made that video. I said, what has Connor Williams done to make himself taken out the lineup?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where it would get tricky, because you look at Connor Williams, he's having his best year again. He's having even a better year than he had last year besides his penalties. And that's why I'm saying, what would justify them saying, all right, you got to go sit out now, Connor Williams. We're putting La'el Collins at guard. That's why I don't think they would do it.
The only justification that you can make would be, hey, Connor, you slide to the right, you're going to be the center now. And we're gonna put La'el Collins in there.
They like McGovern, because if you see it, he's second on the depth chart. And here's the thing, that doesn't make sense to me, because even when I made that video, I still said, I made a Tyler Biadasz video, and I said it wouldn't make sense for them to put Connor Williams at center because he has problems with power, and that's what Biadasz is having. So it will make more sense for you to put McGovern there, because McGovern don't have that problem with power.
Facts. You seen his grade?
McGovern showed me a more athletic. He showed me more athletic ability now, because he's been playing fullback in spot places for Ezekiel Elliott. So now he's shown me that he has a lot more athletic ability than people were giving him credit for when he was playing guard. So that right there says to me why they would have McGovern at center, and that's why he's the backup, because you're not pushing McGovern back in the pocket like you're doing Biadasz.
Yeah, and let me jump in, and because it's several different ways to think go, to be honest with you. So here's the deal. The reason why you would bench Connor McGovern is that it's a beautiful thing.
You mean Connor Williams?
Excuse me, Connor Williams, excuse me. So this is a hybrid motivation situation, right? You motivate Connor Williams by having La'el Collins right behind him, right? and then you motivate La'el Collins by putting him behind Steele. So we created a fight. We want competition. We want the best man to win. And listen, Connor Williams knows that if he trips, because Steele is playing well, if he trips, right, then we know that La'el Collins will get the plug based on the breaking news, right? But here's the deal, right? Long term, yes, Connor McGovern is the better power player on the interior, but the issue is this. I don't think he has had the nomenclature down and the experience from the center position to replace Biadasz right now. And that's why I think they ride out Biadasz for this season, and he's going to get a competition going into next season with him and Connor McGovern. You're not going to re-sign Connor Williams, or you wouldn't have drafted Connor McGovern, or you wouldn't extend him right now.
That's what I said.
You're probably not re-signing him unless he gives you a super team-friendly deal. And Connor Williams, to his credit, he's played well enough to get signed by somebody else and go make some money for somebody else. But I don't think that it will be with the Cowboys personally. So you got a perfect storm to get the best five on the field, and you make it competitive, and you make everybody fight like dogs for their snaps.
This is the perfect storm for the best five. Hey, can I expose some lies?
Before you do that, Boss Cowboy, every troll that watches this show that tweets me and that tweeted me 25 times a weekend, go ahead and just send me an apology real quick for your tomfoolery, okay? For your foolishness. Go ahead and send me an apology right now, because don't worry.
Because we got trolled.
But then I'm going to wait till Sunday. Wait a second. I'm going to wait till Sunday, and then I'm going to tweet all of y'all one by one. I'm going to take it. I'm going to tweet all of y'all one by one.
Man, OC petty, and you deserve to be, bro.
This is by far the longest.
I'm sick of this.
The longest time I ever spoke about offensive line. This is the longest time.
Hey, man, we going to keep talking about it, too, bro.
The longest. Let's talk about them Vikings now.
We going to go back to
understand
that.
it.
We going to go back. Okay, I'll just say my presentation. I ain't got to do the presentation now. I'll wait. Y'all just come back.
We get it, boss.
Because Cause see,
we
it's
get
some
it,
lies.
boss. You
It's
won.
some lies
You
out
won.
there, and I was finna go to some film. Listen.
I'm glad.
See, I was getting ready to turn on. Boy, see, y'all not ready for this.
Oh,
Boy,
God.
I was finna turn
What is
that
that?
on and show. I was finna turn on that film, Law Big and OC. I was just finna listen. I already had it.
The OC.
Man, I was just finna cue up the OC. Cause see, I've been deep through the film. Deep.
No, you finna get
And
knee
I
deep
can
in
tell you right now, it's some lies on steel that's bad, bro.
Oh, you
like,
chopped up some steel stuff, man. Let me see it, Dirk. Let me take a little peep.
Man, I'm not gonna even do it, Law. I'ma wait.
Save it for tomorrow.
I'ma save it, but I'ma tell you, it's some straight up lies that I can show you video evidence on. Like stuff like he needed help on pass pro. No, he did not. That boy has been on a look me dead in my face. An island, a pure island. Alone, especially these last 2 games.
Dog.
Stop it. I done went all the way through each one.
Oh, I mean, I know you've been burning some film then.
Boy, I've been burning this film, bro. I'm talking about it's lies,
you
bro.
gotta really look, because when you watch offensive line film, you really you've been burning some midnight oil watching that stuff,
man, bro, all day. I took off to do it. I was like, let me go see if he really need help on pass pro. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. Also, what's a lie is that a lot of the success that came from running to the right was because they was pulling. No, that's a lie. It's a major. I'm gonna show it all. We'll wait till tomorrow.
Where you gonna premiere that? So I can get some.
We'll wait.
I'm gonna give you one last teaser. Here's a question for all those that say that Steele is a scrub. Let me ask this one question: how many sacks has Steele given up this season?
Hold on, OC. Hold on, OC. Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
Answer it.
Zero.
Zero. He ain't gave up one sack all
You got notes, clip notes, a slide.
Say, OC, say it again.
One sack all year. He ain't gave up one sack all year.
Yep.
Not one.
They be lying on this dude, bro. They been straight lying. Dog, it killed me when I did my own research.
Who's lying on him though now? Who's lying on him though? Not right now. Who's lying on him? Everybody's feeling Terrence Steele. Nobody's lying on him right now.
Are you serious?
Nobody's lying on Terrence. Everybody's saying he's playing better.
Big, you haven't been in my wars. That's like me going.
Okay, that's because you've been out there.
Yeah, beating the drum on what I believe. Yes.
Yeah, you've been.
And when I've been out there letting my nuts hang, I've been fighting. Yes, I have.
Drum things, big ass drum things. You've been beating that damn drum with big.
Yeah, because I believe
like the people in Hawaii.
Yeah,
like the people in Hawaii when they.
And I did what I supposed to do. I supposed to beat the drum for what I believe and take the fights that come with it. And I did.
I feel you. Okay,
and
well,
it
let's
was a
talk
lot
about
of fights out
Vikings,
here.
though.
It was a lot of fights out here. And Big, don't be mad because now we punching back that boys that punched at us, bro.
I'm not mad, bro.
See, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Can we talk back to the people that been hating on us? Can we get our revenge?
You got every day to do that.
I want to do it now because I'm petty like the OC. See, I'm petty. See, Big, I'm not like you. See, Big, you on that? I'm the bigger man, BS. I'm not the bigger man. I'm petty. When somebody is hating on me, I'ma hate back and I'ma slap you twice as hard.
Hating on me all the time.
But you cooler than me, bro. See, like you cooler than a fan. I'm not cool like you, homeboy. But anyway,
hey, go through
all right, let's talk
now,
about
man.
Minnesota, bro.
The Vikings got the #1 sack team. So how about our front five versus the #1 sack team? They got 21 sacks and they still #1. They didn't play a game last week and they still in first place. So who and what's going to happen this weekend? Where are they getting all these sacks from? Did you guys do any homework on that? How they getting all of these sacks?
Well, Law, to copy off you. Because I'm copying off you right now. I'm at the very beginning stages of my research because I've been working on that steel stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I'm feeling you from our conversation earlier when you said all those sacks was coming from a multiple places. So it's going back to what you were saying earlier, is that we got to be a unit against these guys. This is also why I like what filming is potentially doing, because they are being a unit. So like 2 weeks ago, we was going back and forth, and you said, if it's broke, don't fix it. And I said, well, then don't touch steel. And you looked at me, you said, you know. So with the cohesiveness that's been happening, it's hard not to touch it. And I think they need to be sensitive on what they do going forward to try to get it to jail better. See, because, yeah, we've been on moving lead L to guard, but I'm going to say this again. If done wrong, it can be horrible. They got to take notes on teams that's doing it right. It's teams like the Saints that's doing it right. And I was going to show that. I'm going to show that on my video tomorrow. That it's teams out there that it's not just move them. What's your plan? What's your practice plan? How are you going to get him ramped up to it? How are you going to know that he's ready to assume the mantle? So this is a good test from Minnesota, because like you said earlier, it's they do it sacks by committee. So you need a team that protect by committee. Hopefully I answered your question, though.
But yeah, let me give some more credence to it, because I actually have done a little bit more work on this, all right? So here's the deal, man. You look at the front, right? Looking at the front seven, okay? In particular, Everson Griffin, all right? And also Daniel Hunter, right? Who has 6 sacks. Everson Griffin has 4 sacks, okay? They have half of the team's pretty much 21 sacks, right? The other sacks have come from safety and a combination of linebackers and down linemen. So if you can neutralize Hunter, and Everson Griffin is still a good pass rusher, man. He's a veteran pass rusher, has a lot of moves, has a lot of savvy. He'll more than likely be lined up on Tyrod Smith, right? So that should be a really good and exciting matchup. But if we can neutralize, but I think that here's how you take the steam off a good pass rusher. You run the ball at him. Which is, go back to my first point, is you line up in double tights, and especially on first down, you challenge these guys and you run at them. So when they do the Mickey Stickies or the linebacker blitzes inside, the twist, and then you got Hunter and Everson Griffin one-on-one with guys, you neutralize that stuff. You take the steam out of the legs because you force them to have to play downhill and sit down against the run game.
Did you say Mickey Stickies?
Mickey Stickies,
Mickey
said
Stickies.
that. Yeah, he said that.
That's cross linebacker blitzing into the A and B gap. We used to call that the Mickey Sticky law. That's old school. That's old school terms for blitzing the A and B gap.
Hey, I'm trying to get off of that topic, but they pulling us back into it.
I see.
Eric said,
"Come on."
This is about Leo Collins and his off the field BS. I agree, bro. I agree. And
Jerry.
And let's be also honest, can you blame them? That's why I've been saying people act like Lee L career started in 2019. You got to look at it from Jerry's perspective. You paid this man. He came in out of shape, y'all. Needed surgery, missed a whole year. You had to depend on an undrafted free agent. Then you come in and you bribing boys. And then you got another guy that's behind you that's all you got to do is listen to Jerry. He told you. Consistent. Just listen.
You know, my hero of the game, or one of my heroes of the game, was Steele, our right tackle.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was outstanding, and I really felt that he would be in this lineup when we lost Collins, because he's been so consistent.
He been what?
He's really been the most consistent tackle that we've had there during training.
So I ain't got to keep playing it. We all heard it, but it's one of those things that, like, because people been saying, oh, you know, he's elite. He's our world. We haven't seen that since 2019, bro. People been acting like just what we did with Wentz. Wentz was MVP in 2017. It's 2021, and we still talking about that MVP year. And I don't even know why we even say MVP, because Wentz never won it. So anyway, yeah, it was that.
Yeah, boss. You bring up some excellent points. We said this on Boss Cowboys Sports. We said that frustration. Jerry Jones, you could hear frustration about Leal in those two interviews, especially the first couple of weeks when he referenced the right tackle. And I always say it's a digression of relationship. They gave him a $50 million contract, okay? A $50 million contract, okay? Now, most of that money kicks in after this year, okay? So this is an important year for Leal. Leal could get restructured or released based upon the play of other people. So he better watch out. And I'm being straight up about that. So here's the thing. Jerry Jones is frustrated. That frustration can lead to anger. That anger can lead to resentment. And then that resentment leads to divorce. And so that's what you already see. So I think that right now, he's a little bit angry at Leal. And Leal's a little bit in the doghouse, right? So Leal has to come out here and try to work himself out of that doghouse.
And see my boy Jamel Kyle talking about now, not gonna lie. Can we talk about the Vikings now? LOL, it's been 2 hours on offensive line. Yeah,
the world record.
See,
we got it.
See, but this is the deal. The boys that want to move on, I remember your comment. You was the same one that was hating on the ideal in the first place. See, that's what happened. The ones that been hating, now they want to move on. Now we can't kick our feet up and talk about it because y'all been saying it ain't gonna happen. Oh, so now that it's looking like it's gonna happen, can we move on? Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on. What you want to talk about? Put in the chat. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. Big big rolling. Yeah, bro. I told you I'm petty, dog. I'm petty to the bro. I'm petty,
Peppermint
bro.
Patty.
I know, bro. I know. And listen, it feels so good to be petty when they've been hating, bro. So listen, I'm just not gonna hold back. I can't be the bigger man. I just can't. But anyway, going back to the you stupid man. But going back to Minnesota. I definitely agree with this notion.
Them wait.
Lift what? What? That's the inside.
Wait.
Exactly, bro. For real. But Dan, I definitely agree with run the ball, man. And then
hey, but just bouncing off that, what OC was talking about, we had talked about it earlier with Danielle Hunter having 6 sacks and Everson Griffin having 4 sacks. I think the thing that stands out too is I think Michael Pierce is on injured reserve, defensive lineman who was a nice big ball that was in the middle. Like I said, they got Dalvin Tomlinson from the Giants, but he's got 1.5 sacks, but he hasn't been really hella effective. And just like what OC was saying about running at the defensive ends, when they did a lot of pulls and traps, they were running at Everson Griffin, and he tended to wear down quicker. Now, his 4 sacks, Everson Griffin, he had 2 of them against a rookie, Sewell. And we saw that he's not playing the best at left tackle right now. And he whipped him 2 straight times and got 2 back-to-back sacks. I don't think he can do that to Tyron Smith. But one of the things I would like that they run at him with Tyron Smith, you know what I mean? And wear him down. And Danielle Hunter's not a big guy, so run at him and wear him down. Because I think, in my opinion, this is a game where Dallas can really eat on the ground because they are not good at the run and they are soft in the middle. I keep saying that they're soft in the middle. Go attack them guys in the middle because you can really get at them, especially what Law was talking about, getting, later in the third quarter. That's when Dallas will pull away. If Dallas can stick with this run and have a run game effective early, I think they can really hit them with the play action. That's when they can attack the Brashard Breelands and those type of guys, CeeDee Lamb over the top, things of that nature. I think set up that play action because I definitely think it will work against these Vikings.
So what you're saying is that you will have La'el Collins inside the middle and those power slams will work now because you got a big boy who can move some stuff out of the way.
I'm not doing it, Law. I'm not even doing it. I'm trying not to be petty, but Law trying to pull me back in. I'm not.
Man, Law, stop.
Don't do it, Law. I got off of it.
Don't let it go.
Let it go, bro. Cause
let it go, Law.
Let it go, bro.
Slam, baby.
Law, stupid.
You brought up an excellent point because you know what happened in that New England game that was very effective against a young interior front of the Cowboys is the guard traps. So if you have La'el Collins, you could easily clear out a lot of runway with guard traps and also guards pulling around the right tackle and tight end, leading on sweeps to the left, Fantastic comment, Law, and I'll get off of it now.
Hey, I just had to throw that in there. That was based off of Big Game James' analysis, man, the way he broke that down. And hey, that was a great analysis. Look, y'all can't get that from ESPN. Those boys at ESPN don't know that. You know, they probably say slam. Is it a power slam, halfback slam? What is it? You know, what he's talking about. It'd be foreign language to them. I digress.
Man.
Hey, I wanted to bring something up, and I see people in the comments because I wanted to talk about this. You know, Michael Parsons playing linebacker, right? I had said this, that, you know, we talked about this, I think, like a couple weeks ago. We were talking about where Michael Parsons might be better at, defensive end or linebacker.
Okay.
I know I know they're going to keep him at the linebacker spot, but to me, this is a game in this Vikings game that they need to not solely rush him with his hand in the dirt, but I really like to see him with his hand in the dirt this game. He's going to be going against a rookie in Darrisaw. He's a first-round draft pick. He just came back from a groin injury, played good, but let's see how that offensive line is holding up. Let's see how that rookie is holding up. And it just seems like Michael Parsons has lost not the luster, but it seems like his effectiveness of being able to really dominate the game has gone away since they slid him back at linebacker. I like to see him a little bit more plays in this Vikings game, especially Kirk Cousins, because he's getting his passes off within 2.3 seconds of his dropback or whenever he takes his snap. So he's getting the ball off very quickly. So I like to see Michael Parsons really rush that quarterback in this game quite a bit. I think he can have a big impact in this game.
My boy Big is in his bag on these boys, man. I see you, Big. God say, now I hate that I'm a little bit late on my analysis. Damn.
That boy.
No. But I feel you on that Christian Darrisaw. I feel you. That's a matchup to attack. I 100% feel you. Because, see, that's another debate that I think we all should be having publicly, right? That debate needs to continue. That Parsons and what's the best effective way to use him. And I think you're right, though.
I said it a month ago, Boss Cow.
You did.
Say it, right? The best way to use Michael Parsons is when he's coming forward. When he's coming forward, he's going to disrupt the game. He can come forward from the linebacker position and hit gaps and attack. He comes best forward right now in his young career until he gets the details, right? And the little specific things that he needs to really get down to be really, really, really great at linebacker. He's good at linebacker because he's a good athlete, right? But he makes mistakes because he's young. The most natural thing that he can do is upfield rush the passer and attack the quarterback and running back from the defensive end position. That is where he's at his most effective. If you want to neutralize him, you only neutralize him by the play calling of our defensive coordinator and putting him at linebacker and leaving him there a little bit too much.
And no doubt, under Parsons, he's leading, I believe, all rookies with pressure. I think it's 22. And you know that he's only playing at a limited time on the edge. So you can only imagine if he's leading all rookies, not some, at pressure in 22. With 22, you can only imagine what that number would look like if he was just primarily, if that's all what he was doing. But he's doing a lot.
Ooh, see, that's a hard debate too. But I'm with you, Law. I'm with you on that, Law. I would take less snaps for more impact.
Yeah. But back to Big Game James' point, which is a fantastic point. Christian Darrisaw, rookie left tackle out of Virginia Tech, does not have the foot quickness or the speed and strength of hands to stop Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons will run around this boy, okay? Michael Parsons will straight run around this boy. It'll be nasty. So if you line him up on this boy, let me predict it early. Michael Parsons will go for 2 or 3 sacks versus this boy. If you gave him third down snap versus this boy consistently, he'll beat this boy with speed. Guaranteed.
Yeah. I feel it. And then when you look at Michael Parsons, I mean, just like you was talking about OC in coverage, I mean, he's been targeted like 16 times and like 12 completions, 13 completions. I mean, teams are completions on him, and they said that wasn't his. That was his weakness coming out of college, that he wasn't really a lot in coverage, and teams could expose him. And I think that's where teams are like, okay, where's the best way we can take the effectiveness away from Michael Parsons? put them in coverage, put a running back on them a little bit, and keep them away from the line of scrimmage. Dallas has to keep him near the line of scrimmage this game because it just feels like the defense has gone good, right? But hasn't it feel like you guys that the aura of the defense has left a little bit since Micah Parsons went back to linebacker?
Hold on. Everybody take a pause.
Perfect.
I got it.
Dog.
100%.
God, dog. Hold on real quick.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Yep. This is why you follow the final word. God.
Yeah,
Yes. The defense. Go ahead, OC.
To that point, we are ranked 27th in sacks. Let me repeat, 27th. That's at the bottom end. And I do know that we got to look at pressure and quarterback hits, but dog it to be way down there. Don't you know who's hanging around down there? Jacksonville Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs, Atlanta Falcons, and the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't want to be hanging around that area. So we're going to have to improve and get more sacks at the end of the day.
Oh, Lord.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember,
I'm feeling this conversation. The fight.
let's go.
Nothing but the best. God, dog. Ooh.
Law's great point. Listen, first of all, big game, absolutely spot on. The defense plays on emotion. The defense thrives on big plays. So when you don't have Micah Parsons rushing the quarterback, you take away a big chunk of the big play element one-on-one with the defensive pass rush. And that's what you're missing here. And when we talk about, similar to La'el Collins, not to talk about that, but the good to great conversation. The good to great conversation demands that you rush Micah Parsons more because we're trying to go for 6. And so I'm thinking like a coach. I'm thinking ahead. When we get deep into the playoffs or when we got to play tougher teams, you got to be able to generate pressure when you play against the elite quarterback. You have to. You cannot let them sit in the pocket and get off passes. You got to have somebody that can get there and get there in a hurry to win big games late in January or early in January.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out too. You guys, I wanted to bring this up. You know how you guys were talking about Jabril Cox?
Yeah.
Right. Playing safety, right? Well, I'm not saying he's playing safety. Big nickel. But I want to say this. I have brought up something. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it when we're trying to get guys on the field.
Yes, sir.
I had seen people saying, yeah, he had COVID and things of that nature. But Keanu Neal, he hasn't been the greatest addition as far as the free agent, especially at the linebacker. He was supposed to be the coverage linebacker, right? I posted that 10 for 10. He's been targeted 10 times, and guess what? 10 completions. So teams are completing 100% against him in coverage. He has 5 missed tackles and a total of 17 tackles. He has no hits on the quarterbacks, no blitzes, no QB knockdowns. So my thing is, if people are saying LV, no. If you're talking about bringing a Keanu Neal over, he's supposed to be the coverage linebacker and he's not doing it, we need to see, in my opinion, some more Jabril Cox, because if you can bring a Jabril Cox in until D-Law is out, that's your guy who can do coverage, and then you can put Micah Parsons more to that line of scrimmage and attack, because now you got a guy who's got range and size, and he can cover those guys that you may be worried about, and that's his specialty and not Micah Parsons. So it'd be meant more sense that you would throw a Jabril Cox in there so he can cover, and then you can see a Micah Parsons in to attack that quarterback.
Damn, Big Game James, you right on the money with it, man. Because when I was looking at J-Ron Kerr's film, I was like, damn, 42 is late coming around now. 42. And I said, I was going to really do an inductive, reading of 42, but I just didn't have time. But you, just by your analysis, Big Game James, man, you spitting at me, man. I should have had an umbrella, because now it kind of like putting everything together. I'm saying like, God, dog, why 42 is late? Why 42 can't get around here? Why is he not here? He's supposed to be at that spot right there. If he's supposed to be the bridge guy to Cox, let's go ahead and knock that bridge down and put Cox there. I would rather for Cox to get that valuable learning time and those valuable snaps so that he can be ready next year and beyond. Because it's time out for, I know that Maybe Neil got an inside squeeze to Quinn, but they're gonna have to work out. They're gonna have to work out somewhere else because we really need to see Cox out there. And I know Quinn call him Kiki and all of this stuff. No, we need to see some hitting.
I know, right?
Ooh, Kiki.
You love
Listen,
Nate.
I'm gonna do big like he do me. They not gonna do it, man. They not gonna do it, man. They not gonna do it.
They will do that one.
I hope so, bro. I really do hope so. They not
he's
gonna
a
do
stopgap and
it.
we're
They
going
not
on a
gonna do it.
1-year deal. They definitely should do that because
They
Cox
should.
is your future.
Well, let me throw this
He's
in
the
there.
better player.
I've been thinking about it, but you broke it down way. Go ahead, sorry, Law, go ahead.
Would KZ be starting since he got the inside plug too?
Ooh, Kiki. Kiki.
KZ and Kiki.
Nah, we need to see more Cox, bro.
Yeah.
We need to see more Cox.
He needs to get this experience now because if you're getting these experience for all these other guys, right?
Right.
Osa, Micah,
Ooh,
all the rookies, all these rookies. Why are we not letting Cox get this? Because Cox would be a huge addition down the line for the playoffs, the playoff run, because you got that coverage linebacker, you got a D-Law back, you got your other guys back, and so now you can rush your D-Laws and your Micah Parsons and your Randy Gregory's and send them on that package and feel good because guess what? I got a Jabril Cox who that's his specialty. He can cover. Do you feel better if you had a Keon O'Neal who's been getting toasted in coverage when you're blitzing those other guys or sending those guys up front, or a coverage linebacker who's got range and size?
It's time, bro. Hey, and also them super chats are working. I just want to let everybody know. Them super chats are working, man. See, y'all see we put in this work, man, especially Big. Big came, see, Big low-key came super ready. Not half ready, super ready, bro. He giving y'all that fire. Y'all make sure y'all go. Yeah, man. Now he bringing it on that because that's so factual, man. That because my question is with these linebackers, you said, OC, I'm gonna turn this at you real quick, that the linebackers was gonna work itself out. What is the path that you see? I think James started it. I wanted to get your thoughts on how's linebacker gonna work itself out, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I think that first of all, great point. I believe that friendships ruin great, right? Friendships and kinships ruin great teams. So
hold on, let me say that again because you was breaking up. He said friendships and kinships ruin great teams.
Mm-hmm. The best man play, and so you got to give Jabril Cox, right? You were so high on him, you drafted. Very early, you got to give him a shot. I mean, you can't fight against facts. So when Big bring out 10 for 10, right? When you say 10 for 10 completion, right? That's something wrong, right? There's something going on that's not right, right? So you got to give the guy an opportunity to grow. I think that he will develop as a tackler. LVE is going to be in there. Michael Parsons is going to play some linebacker. And then you got Curse that you bring down in the box and you play him like a rover almost, which is a hybrid linebacker safety type to cover underneath. So I think that that's how this linebacker situation works itself out. But I do think that you got to look at this strongly, especially big game. If you come back next week and he got 5 more passes caught on him, we got to lobby, man, and get Cox on the field.
Facts. Look at this. If LV played better, Parsons would rush more.
That's a great point, too, man. That's a great point. LVE looks like he's lost in the A-gap hole, man. In the A-gap hole, he's still missing. He's supposed to sprint to the C-gap. He's a half a step short, right? And I'm not hating or throwing no shade. I'm just looking at the tape on what I've seen LVE. I've seen him late. I've seen him not wrap, and I've seen him miss running backs in the hole. And I've seen him do this in several games this year. So I believe that, unfortunately, man, the Cowboys front office is going to run with draft picks and low-budget free agents. And that pattern over the last several years has worked. So I think that, hey, hopefully LVE can pick it up and play better. But at the same time, man, we got to do what we got to do to shore up these A and B gaps. But here's the deal. Back to Big Game's point, you don't see teams when Micah Parsons is at linebacker trying to run the ball straight at Micah Parsons. You don't see that. right? You see play action underneath passes. You see him. You see them trying to occupy him with a running back or some type of slot or crossing route to get him off the line of scrimmage. That's what you've seen with him. So we got to get better playing. We got to figure it out somewhere. But I think you let these young guys roll, and you definitely take a look at Neal versus a Jabril Cox, man. That's how I see it.
I'm loving these comments. I want to take these two, and then we can get into the final word. And now this is a curveball. I'm gonna throw this at you, James and Law. He said, "Let Lou get out there too. Dude finds the ball." I want to get y'all thoughts on that because I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. Now I know he glassy.
Gifford,
yeah,
Oh,
Lou
yeah.
Gifford.
Oh, me and Law love some Lou Gifford.
What? Oh, what? Hold on.
Hey,
What?
Me and Law been on. Hey, tell him, Law.
Yeah, we was out there at training camp and we was like, man, is that LVE? Because we were like, did he change numbers? And it was number 57 was Luke Gifford. And we was like, man, that guy, he's number 57, right? Big game, James. You know,
Right.
my mind could be
Yep,
wrong a little bit, but he was making some plays and we were rooting for him to cement a positional role with the team. But he got hurt and Joe Thomas got in. But that ever since then, we've always been on the Luke Gifford train.
Oh man, I think it's his
numbers
time.
are good. He's good in coverage though. He's pretty good.
Plus, he's good in coverage. I mean, we saw before he got hurt, a few years ago, he had the interception. Everybody had high hopes for him, but then, like you said, he had the injury bug, and he kept getting injured. We're like,
Sean
man,
Lee
don't
is-
be Sean Lee Part 2.
Yeah.
But you got the size. You're 6'3", you're 240 pounds. He can go move sideline to sideline. He had the big punt block in the Patriots game. And I think, I don't know if LVE comes back re-signed. You feel me? I don't know if LVE is in the long-term plans now. You know what I mean? So you like a Gifford and he's cheaper. I mean, you got LVE out there, just kind of mix and match, because like OC said, it just seems like LVE since that rookie year just hasn't had the same impact on the team as a linebacker. It just seems like he's a step you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's a step slow, and it just seems like for all that size, you're not physical enough. You still, it just I don't know what happened to LVE, but he's just not the LVE that we saw before. So I don't know. Look at some other things, because
for 2022,
we're gonna need him to play better.
I'm looking for us to draft.
He needs to play
safety,
better right now.
We need to draft safety and linebacker. And if for this trade deadline, can you imagine if we had if Kendricks was on this team, right? If the guy Kendricks that we're going to be facing against, if he was on his team, or Fred Warner, or somebody that can really flip their hips, turn, get upfield to pair up with Parsons and Cox. I just think that we probably need another linebacker to be drafted, or find one in this particular before the trade deadline. And I don't think the Cowboys would trade, by the way. And we do need a safety for long term. KZ is a bridge guy. Malik Hooker, we still waiting to see him. Of course, he can probably do some things down the line. Izzy, he's going to be a converted guy. So, and I like what I'm seeing out of Jabril Cox, but I think that this team is pretty much a safety and a linebacker away from,
DT.
And the DT. But Bohanna,
Bohanna,
it seems as if, though, I'm looking at his numbers and looking at his tape, he ain't there yet.
No. Let's give him some time, but we need a veteran right now. We need a vet. We need a vet in the middle right now who's doggish, and let kind of Bohanna grow into it, because I just don't think Bohanna's ready for this work.
No.
Hey, I got one of my dogs.
Hold on real quick.
In the chat by
because
Wilson.
Osa and Bohanna, are total opposite. Osa is what's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be an instant impact. Bohanna is what is normal. Right. He's on his normal career track where he getting his what handed to him.
Yeah.
But
you know what though, fellas? Boss.
Yo.
You know what up though?
What up?
Remember how I've been talking about how I've been frustrated? You never know though. I'm not saying he's a one-techer, but guess what? I am happy to hear Tristan Hill's coming back. I am happy to hear Tristan Hill's finally getting some practice reps, because I said Tristan Hill could be an X factor for us. I've been saying it now. I know I've been frustrated, but I still feel like if he can get together, he has talent, dog. Y'all, I don't care what people say about his mind. He has talent. And if he can get better and he can get well with Dan Quinn with this defense, dog, I think Tristan Hill could be an addition if he gets healthy. Keep an eye on him, y'all.
Man, we got a room full of 3 techs. You got
Don't we?
Hill, Gallimore,
I know.
Osa,
Yep.
Ghost, and
Gallimore got bigger.
Even Carlos,
Gallimore got bigger though.
What he's weight now? Because I thought he was 301, so he's 310, 315 now.
He ain't looked no damn 301 in camp.
So he's big.
You saw how big he was, Law. He big as shit.
Well, I can't wait to see it. But you think that he can go over to that one side and just man it up?
I mean, probably not all the time, but you can probably mix and match him though. You know what I'm saying? You can probably slide him over a few.
Carlos doing it, right? Carlos Watkins.
Yeah, Collins was doing it. I mean, Malik Collins was doing it. Remember? Because Malik Collins they didn't like him because when he was there, he was more of a pass rushing 3 tech, and he wasn't a guy that could really hold the run. I think Gallimore can hold the run a little bit better than that. And like I said, if you got Tristan Hill coming back and Gallimore, you can use the Gallimore to slide on the inside, and then you can use a Tristan Hill to do more of the pass rushing, because I think that's what his forte is, in my opinion, especially if that knee gets better, because you saw a little bit of it last year. I just think he's an X factor, dog, because even though we don't got one big guy, we got a rotational of a whole bunch of young athletic guys. And I think that can help. And if we can get Tristan Hill back, I keep coming back to him. If he can get healthy, dog, in the stretch run, because remember I said it's better to be hurt early than late. We're getting a lot of these guys back. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., D. Law, Tristan Hill, Gallimore, Kelvin Joseph. All these guys are getting ready to come back, y'all. We should be feeling real good about that.
Yes, indeed. Big game, James. Buy or sell, Law kicking inside.
Who? Oh, I'm gonna buy that, especially on passing downs. Who?
Law.
DeMarcus Lawrence
kicking him inside.
No doubt.
On passing downs. Remember when you watched that Tampa game, they had that lineup where they had D-Law in the middle, Parsons was rushing on the outside, and so was Randy Gregory.
Sale.
Yeah. So most of DeMarcus Lawrence's sacks has come off of twist games and over guards. Most of his sacks one-on-one. So he excels at beating average and under athletic guards, man.
Y'all talking me into it.
And so
For real. I was ever like, no, I'm sort of like.
So to your point, Big Game, I always have said this, man. I've said this. Look, Gallimore plays with the most technical savvy from the 3 tech position, but Tristan Hill has the most raw talent. Tristan Hill has the most raw talent, but Gallimore is the most technical player at this point. So if you line up in that 5-2 front they like to run at times, or the 4-3 under, you force one-on-one matchups. So now you don't get Tristan Hill double team if he's healthy and playing well. But guys, you know what? Something I didn't say earlier, I need to go back to saying this. This is why, going back to the problem with LBE, this is why, just real quick, this is why he's not getting re-signed. You know what happened to him, Boss Cowboy?
Talk to me.
He got Carson Wentz. You know, the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. That was the end of Carson Wentz in Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
He couldn't take it. He couldn't take it mentally to know that he's not the favorite, unequivocal favorite son. The same
That's
with
good
LP. Nothing wrong with his body. Ain't nothing wrong with his body. It's his mind. His mind is not right. That's why early in the preseason, you saw him say, hey, Micah, man, you got to know what plays are yours and what plays you don't got to make. You got to make every play.
Yep.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
He's been mind screwed. That's why he out of here, man. He's been mind screwed. He can't deal with the competition. He can't deal with not being the prettiest girl in the room.
Ooh, hold on, y'all. Hold on, everybody. Y'all got to let me give it to him.
Okay.
Perfect.
What? Man.
All that reach tackling.
OC. To your point too. I think he hurt about Jalen being gone too. Now he ain't got he don't got his crony with him. He don't have that protection because Jalen Smith was that protection. You feel me? Jalen Smith was that bodyguard that he covered them bullets. Once Jalen Smith got kicked out the building, now he like, oh shoot, whoa, they all looking at me now.
I'm saying, like, you would think though, you would think that somebody that's 6'5" and at that height and that frame, lower your pad level, sway your shoulders and head. Why he gets side by the person and reach? That's how he tackles. I'm like, come on, LB, you my dog, but come on, that's how he tackle. You know, good grief.
When you reach, they teach. I'm telling you.
Hey, I got an idea though. I know people hate my ideas. I know y'all do. Y'all hate it. But at least have an open mind. Because my stuff sometimes be seeming like it's off the wall. But trust me, I give it thought. Reuben Foster. See, I can't stand you, James. I can't stand you, man. I really cannot stand you, bro. See, and
I
listen,
mean, I
don't
wouldn't
hear
be
me
mad
out
at that
though.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Oh, what?
Because he was a great. The only problem with him was he's crazy.
Yeah,
that's his problem. He's crazy. He's loose.
Coach
but
Marvin,
that talent. Come on,
talked
dog.
about this because I had him in the Boss Cowboy Guide. And Coach Marv hit me up. He was like, we need a run stopper. He said, Reuben Foster. I said, man, you know what? He was in the Boss Cowboy Guide, you know? And I started looking. I was like, and think about it. I want everybody to hear me out. I know he's flawed, but look how we've been hitting on our flawed free agents. Curse was considered flawed. Malik Hooker considered flawed. Kazi considered flawed. We hitting with those guys, and they are the types that Steven like. Cheap because they're flawed with upside. Now you would have to manage him right. But if you want to thump in the middle and put that Alabama synergy back into the bottle, Marshalls, Reuben Foster.
All right, well,
it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. But I will go with Luke first. I will give Luke his shot first. I think Luke deserves a shot now, but I would keep Reuben Foster on the Rolodex. So, final words. Y'all seem like y'all burnt out, man. Y'all can't handle no more. So, y'all looking all burnt out and all that. Look all tired. It's the bye week. I'm rested.
I'm rested after this show, man. I'm gonna go live, dog.
Oh shoot!
I just playing with you.
See, Law don't sleep. I'm talking to everybody else but you, Law. See, I know it's 2 laws. See, everybody else ain't figured that out. It's right. 2 laws. It's not 1 law. It's 2 because it got to be 2 because right. Ain't no one man can do what he does. So, final words with me. I'm gonna start with Minnesota. My boy Ivory. He been really banging the drum on what we go do about Jefferson and Thielen. We got to get the Cook. I mean, we got to get the Kurt. We got to get to him because if we give him time, those receivers are better than our corners, man. Just being honest. Now, Diggs is the most opportunistic, so you got to hit the quarterback to make him make dumb throws. If you can make him make dumb throws, then we're going to be opportunistic. But man on man, I'm being all the way honest. Their weapons versus our corners are our biggest risk, as well as if we can't stop the running game. This is going to be a test. I think that's going to be more than what we think. That's my final word. Let's keep our eyes open on Minnesota and make sure we don't get slept.
Yeah, my final word is bouncing off of Boss Cowboys. I said a couple days ago this was going to be a huge test. I think this is a test the Cowboys need. I think the running game keeps pumping out to me. I think Kirk Cousins, just to bounce off what Boss said, if you look at the passer rating across the board, besides Trevin Diggs, is not good. Between Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Curse, and KZ, I think their passer rating is like around guys completing passes on them. It's like around 80% passer rating against them and above. So I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a good day in the air. I think he is. But I think we need to stop Cook. We need to stop Cook because, number one, you're missing Brett Urban. That's going to be huge. Number two, you just had a running back last week get 100 yards, your first 100-yard rusher in Damian Harris. So they need to really shut down Cook and stay gap disciplined, because if they can shut down that run and run on them, I think that's where it's going to really be the difference of the game. The run game is going to be the difference of the game. Can we get more yards than them? Can we shut down Dalvin Cook? Can we shut down their run game? And can we run the ball? If Dallas can run the ball and we can shut down Cook, Dallas wins this game. Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Yeah, so my final word is simply this: line up tights, run the ball. We want to control this football game from the jump, and we want to take advantage of them having to bring down everyone in the box to try to stop our run game. And conversely, to everybody's point that is already spoken, we have to stop that outside zone that the Minnesota Vikings like to run. And so the key to stopping the outside zone is going to be your defensive end and your outside linebacker play. If we can play well there and not get reach and get leverage and come up and make tackles between the hash and the sideline, then we'll neutralize Cook. If we can do those two things and put a little bit of pressure on my guy that plays over there for the Vikings, I forget his name, I'm going to draw Cousins, drawing a blank, we'll be okay and we'll come out with a W.
Wow, good stuff, man. Good stuff altogether. I go all the way back to what Boss Cowboy said earlier. This is the last running team that we'll play on the schedule. So I'm quite sure that we need to be up and ready to stop the run, force Kirk Cousins to be one-dimensional to throw the ball. But this will be one of the biggest tests for us as it relates to the secondary. So this test right here would be the safety play. We need the safeties over the top if we are playing that cover three. We need those safeties to make sure that they give a little cushion for the DB underneath to play that role the proper way. Now, as far as matchups concerned, this would be a good matchup for Diggs versus Justin, but I want Diggs on the Thielen. I think that Thielen is more of a veteran seasoned guy that at the end of the day, that's who Kirk Cousins trusts. So let's lock him up and let's give safety help over the top on Jefferson's side and have, of course, our guy Anthony Brown to try to make what's best out of that. Now, why this is such a good test altogether is because this team that we're playing against, they're fifth in total offense as far as yards, so they're going to move the needle. Also, that's a team that's going to be a test for our offensive front five. They're number one sack team. So this will be a situation where if Dak Prescott is ready to be locked, loaded, and ready, we need to get that. Another number that a lot of people are failing to realize that this team is the number one third down defense in the National Football League, and that is the Minnesota Vikings. So those things is nothing to sneeze at. We just got to come up with our A game. But ultimately, I believe what we're going to do with our offense, putting up 460 yards a game, I'm thinking that it's going to be so much pressure. And at the moment we get the lead and they try to run the rock, it forces them to be one-dimensional on that aspect of it. And we pull off in the earlier of the fourth quarter, and all will be said and done. We'll be dancing around. I'll probably throw on my victory jacket, and we'll all have a great day, on that night. Because another thing, Big Game James, the OC and Boss, guess who like to fold up like a lawn chair in a wallet on primetime games?
Oh,
his name is not Dak Prescott.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes,
Cousin. Y'all remember Cousin on Prime Game?
Yep.
Look up his stats. Look up his stats. That's just all I'm saying.
Trash. Yeah, he don't
Go
show
Cowboys.
up. Go Cowboys.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
That was the final word, man.
That beat came in so right, baby.
You like that, homeboy?
Oh my God!
Man, perfect, didn't it? That did come.
Hey, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. This my highlight of the week, where we can just talk ball with the best. Big Game James, Law, the OC, and I'm somewhere at the bottom. But man, I love.
Shut up. Shut the hell up. What the hell up?
Hey man, hey listen, bro. I'm supposed to consider my fellow man above me, homeboy, and I do.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm showing love to the vets. I'm showing love to the vets in the group, man. I'm somewhere just trying to be humble, bro. I'm just trying.
Now, won't you lean forward a little bit?
Oh man, y'all just want to slap on me, man. I'm trying to be nice to y'all boys. See, y'all gonna pull out that Oak Cliff in me. See, cause nobody respect the nice guy. I already know. I already know, bro.
Whatever, dog. Just make sure you check out the Boss Show tomorrow, cause he about to go ham.
Oh, I'm finna go ham, boy. You already know. Hey, before we get out of here, let's let the people know where to find us. Big Game, where can they find you, my brother?
Just what it says. Big Game James on all fronts, baby.
And I'm Boss Cowboy Sports with Boss Cowboy Sports, and we got nothing but the best. What you got, Law?
Oh man, it's LAW Nation. Find me on multiple platforms in that name, especially Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and as well as 2 YouTube channels. And on top of that, Amazon. Y'all be sure to check them guys out over there.
The final word.
Yeah, we everywhere, baby. MySpace, Black Planet.
Man, say, babe, tell you, it's 2 laws. Y'all stay up. Peace. The final word. There it is.
Good show.